I have been looking for you all over.
I knew they'd have to apologize.
I'm out, baby.
They fired you anyway because of me.
And if I leave quietly, I'll give my son a bonus.
For decades, fans of Dirty Dancing have swooned over the iconic scenes of Patrick Swayze's sensual moves and Jennifer Grey's breathless performance.
The most important thing to remember in lifts is balance. I got it now.
But while everyone was focused on the movie's steamy love story, one iconic scene remained unnoticed. What really happened at that moment? Join us as we uncover the scene no one paid attention to on Dirty Dancing. The true magic of Dirty Dancing. Dirty Dancing, released in 1987, is a romantic drama that follows a young woman named Baby who falls for her dance instructor, Johnny, while on a family summer vacation. The film quickly became a cultural phenomenon thanks to its memorable music, touching storyline, and iconic dance sequences. It wasn't just the choreography that captivated audiences, it was the emotional depth, tension, and the evolving relationship between the two main characters that left a lasting impression. When Dirty Dancing premiered on August 21, 1987, it sparked an unexpected connection with viewers. The film broke records not due to extravagant special effects or major Hollywood stars, but because of its authentic feel. The characters seemed real, and the dancing had a life of its own. Scenes like Johnny and Baby's enchanting first encounter instantly pulled audiences into their story. One of the film's standout moments occurs during a soft yet intimate scene where Johnny attempts to teach Baby a dance move by gently running his hands down her side. Baby's uncontrollable laughter was unscripted, a genuine response to Patrick Swayze's touch, and this candid moment made it into the final film. It was sincere, humorous, and highlighted the unique chemistry not only between the characters, but also between the actors. While viewers were enchanted by the on-screen romance, the true magic unfolded behind the scenes. Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey shared a bond that transcended their characters. Although they did not always see eye to eye during production, the authentic energy between them was undeniable. This chemistry added a spark to their performances that continues to resonate with audiences even years later. A prime example of this off-screen chemistry occurred in one of the film's most memorable scenes. While Johnny and Baby danced joyfully to Mickey and Sylvia's "Love is Strange," they weren't adhering to a script. Instead, they were simply two actors in character, having fun and practicing. Yet, something genuine emerged. Their smiles felt natural, and their movements radiated happiness. This scene made it into the final cut, not because it was planned, but because it was flawless. Another standout moment took place during the mambo rehearsal. Baby kept making mistakes, and Johnny, trying to maintain his composure, became increasingly frustrated. Baby couldn't help but laugh. These interactions weren't scripted either. Director Emile Ardolino often allowed the camera to keep rolling even when scenes weren't officially being filmed. This approach gave us authentic glimpses of two people getting to know each other, gradually finding their rhythm both on and off the dance floor. Despite the perfect connection of Jennifer and Patrick, it was said that they were not the first option for the role. Why were they chosen at last? Let's find out. How Dirty Dancing almost had a completely different cast. When people think of Dirty Dancing, they often envision Patrick Swayze as Johnny Castle and Jennifer Grey as Baby. Their on-screen chemistry is iconic, and their performances contributed to the film's lasting popularity. However, it might surprise many to know that they were not the original choices for these roles. The journey to casting these beloved characters was marked by uncertainty, last-minute adjustments, and unexpected twists. The plot of Dirty Dancing centers on Johnny, a 24-year-old dance instructor, and Baby, an 18-year-old girl from a respectable background. The age difference between the characters complicated the casting process. The production team initially aimed to portray this age gap more accurately, leading them to seek younger actors. For Johnny, they considered Val Kilmer, who was closer in age to the character and already gaining recognition. For Baby, they looked at several younger actresses, including Sarah Jessica Parker and Sharon Stone, who were also more aligned with Baby's age in the script. At the time, Patrick Swayze was 34, and Jennifer Grey was 26, and they were not the first choices. Their age difference raised concerns for the producers. However, Destiny had a different plan. Swayze had extensive dance training before he became an actor, while Jennifer Grey, despite being older than her character, had a youthful appearance and embodied the innocence required for Baby. Gradually, both actors began to shine as other candidates fell by the wayside. Cynthia Rhodes, who ultimately played Penny, almost lost her opportunity as well. Although she was already recognized for her roles in Staying Alive and Flashdance, she wasn't a sure pick. The producers had their doubts initially. While her talent and beauty made her stand out, that same beauty posed a challenge in one emotional scene where she needed to appear devastated but instead looked too polished. To address the issue, the makeup team was instructed to create a look that made her appear more tired and distressed. They achieved this by using makeup that muted her features and gave her a sweaty, worn-out appearance. Although it was an unconventional approach, it effectively suited the scene. Another casting change occurred with the character of Baby's mother, Mrs. Houseman. Initially, Lynn Lipton was cast in the role, but she had to withdraw due to health concerns. This opened the opportunity for Kelly Bishop to take over. Bishop was originally slated for a different character, Vivian Pressman, who has a romantic involvement with Johnny. As a result of this shift, assistant choreographer Miranda Garrison was brought in to play Vivian. This decision proved to be beneficial, as both actresses excelled in their new roles. Patrick Swayze nearly missed out on playing Johnny because of a knee injury he sustained while performing on Broadway. He was reluctant to accept another physically challenging role. In his autobiography, he revealed that he had declined several dance opportunities up to that point, but something about Johnny Castle intrigued him, and he did not want to let it go. Interestingly, the filmmakers initially envisioned Johnny Castle as a dark-haired, exotic Italian character, more of a mysterious outsider than the Irish-American role Swayze ultimately filled. They even considered Billy Zane for the part, as he matched the physical description. However, two significant factors worked against him. He lacked strong dancing skills, and there was no natural chemistry between him and Jennifer Grey. This absence of connection was critical, especially in a romantic film where believable passion is essential. Ultimately, Patrick Swayze secured the role. His dance experience, along with his acting talent, made him a standout choice. The filmmakers were so impressed that they altered Johnny's background to better align with Swayze, giving him Irish heritage instead of the originally intended Italian background. But things weren't this good at the beginning for the lead characters. After being chosen, challenges struck at the very beginning. What really caused this? The most overlooked part of Dirty Dancing. At first, many people thought Patrick and Jennifer shared a unique connection off-screen. However, their relationship was much more complex. It wasn't the close friendship or romantic bond that fans envisioned. Instead, it resembled a push-and-pull dynamic filled with frustration. They did not always harmonize, which made collaboration difficult. Patrick later revealed that he and Jennifer often clashed. Long filming hours, fatigue, and emotional stress frequently led to miscommunications. Jennifer was sensitive and sometimes reacted strongly to criticism. Patrick, who was very focused and determined, often struggled to understand her responses. Her habit of laughing during serious scenes or asking for retakes could irritate him, especially when everyone was already exhausted. Their differences became even more apparent during intense or challenging scenes. For instance, during the Mambo rehearsal, Jennifer's laughter frustrated Patrick. What viewers interpreted as charming chemistry was actually a genuine reaction. They weren't acting, they were simply being themselves. These authentic emotions contributed to the believability of the scenes, which is part of what made Dirty Dancing so memorable. Jennifer once mentioned that their personalities were completely different. She felt anxious and uncertain while filming, whereas Patrick seemed fearless. This contrast in their real-life characters added to the complexity of their on-screen relationship. Even when there was tension or disagreement before a scene, both actors knew how to transition into their roles as soon as the cameras started rolling. Their connection went back even further, as they had previously worked together on the 1984 film Red Dawn. Some believed that the tension between them began during that project and continued into their next collaboration. Over time, what started as small disagreements may have developed into a subtle rivalry. This, however, was not the only issue they faced during the film process. The challenges of Dirty Dancing before its release. The journey of producing Dirty Dancing was far from smooth for everyone involved. Right from the beginning, casting the right actors for the main roles proved to be a significant challenge. And this was just the beginning of the hurdles they faced. The production encountered numerous difficulties that seemed nearly insurmountable. Yet, against all odds, it became one of the most cherished films in history. Many of these challenges stemmed from the script, the selection of actors, and the efforts to realize the film's vision, all of which began before filming even started. The screenplay, written by Eleanor Bergstein, drew from her life experiences. During the 1960s, she spent her summers at a Catskill resort, and much of the film's storyline was inspired by her time there. Like the main character Baby, Eleanor was a Brooklyn native who enjoyed vacations in the Catskills. The resort depicted in the film, Kellerman's, was based on actual Jewish resorts in the region. These resorts, known as the Borscht Belt, were popular vacation destinations for Jewish American families, where notable entertainers like Jerry Seinfeld and Joan Rivers began their careers. Bergstein's family trips to the Catskills influenced the film, and her childhood nickname, Baby, became part of its legacy. Interestingly, many characters in the film were inspired by people from Bergstein's past. She also based the character of Johnny, the romantic lead, on a dance instructor she knew named Michael Terse. This personal connection to the narrative added authenticity, but it also complicated the casting process. The film was not merely a fictional story, it was a reflection of Bergstein's life, making it crucial for the characters and the actors portraying them to convey that same sense of reality on screen. Despite the strong emotional connection to the story, casting faced significant hurdles. With a limited budget and high expectations, selecting the right actors became crucial. It wasn't merely about filling roles. It was essential to find individuals who could truly represent the essence of characters based on real-life experiences. As the project developed, many in Hollywood and beyond doubted its success. However, they were unaware that Dirty Dancing was on the verge of becoming a cultural icon. When filming finally started, new challenges emerged. Patrick Swayze, who played Johnny, had his doubts about the film, especially regarding its title. He disliked Dirty Dancing, believing it sounded cheap and inappropriate. He even collaborated with the studio to explore other title options, such as I Was a Teenage Mambo Queen. Ultimately, they decided to keep Dirty Dancing, and this choice contributed to the film's lasting impact. The provocative nature of the word dirty perfectly mirrored the movie's themes of passion, rebellion, and a love story that defied societal expectations. Despite the issues surrounding the title and Swayze's unease, filming progressed and the film's appeal grew. One of the most famous lines, "Nobody puts baby in a corner," became iconic, although Patrick wasn't fond of it either. He thought it was cheesy and had difficulty delivering it on set. Nevertheless, the line remained in the script and ultimately became one of the most unforgettable moments in cinematic history. The production process faced more than just minor issues. It was filled with significant challenges. Patrick Swayze, who was dealing with a knee injury, endured severe pain to perform his stunts. The famous lift scene in Dirty Dancing demanded considerable strength and accuracy, yet Swayze executed it despite his knee discomfort. The scenes with the log and the river were especially tough for him, but he was committed to achieving perfection. He even had to undergo painful procedures to drain fluid from his knees to reduce swelling, a necessary step to keep the filming on track. The filming schedule was tight, allowing only about 3 months to complete everything. During this time, the cast also had to practice the intricate dance routines that would later become iconic. A standout moment occurred when Jennifer Grey, who portrayed Baby, hesitated to rehearse the well-known lift scene beforehand. Despite her nerves, they successfully filmed the lift in a single take, which turned into one of the film's most memorable highlights. Weather conditions added to the production's challenges. Filming took place in North Carolina and Virginia during the fall, but the scenes needed to appear summery. This made it tough to create the illusion of a warm season, leading the filmmakers to spray paint the autumn leaves green. The water scenes were particularly difficult as the temperatures were frigid, causing both Grey and Swayze to shiver during the iconic lift. The cold weather forced much of the crew to endure significant discomfort to ensure the film looked as genuine as possible. The production faced numerous challenges beyond the already poor weather. Flooding around the filming location led to further delays, and by the 6th day, the situation worsened when some equipment was stolen. The difficulties continued with various crew members suffering injuries and illnesses, including a decorator who fractured her wrist and another who injured her toe. Jennifer Grey experienced an allergic reaction to wasp stings, resulting in swollen arms. It felt as if the production was under a curse, yet the filmmakers persevered through the turmoil. As filming progressed, conditions remained tough. Several crew members had to leave due to personal matters or health issues, and by the end of the shoot, the producers were dissatisfied with the footage. One even suggested destroying the negatives and claiming insurance. The film's prospects appeared grim, with Vestron executives already bracing for failure. When the film was screened for a test audience, the response was lukewarm. The central plot involving Penny's abortion did not resonate well with some viewers, and 39% of critics found it confusing. Despite the significant obstacles during the production of Dirty Dancing, the challenges did not cease after filming concluded. The film's future was uncertain, and the tension surrounding its release was intense. Given all the effort put in, it was hard to imagine the film achieving the success it eventually did. Even after disappointing test screenings, Dirty Dancing surprised everyone by becoming a major hit. After its release, Dirty Dancing encountered more than just skepticism from the public. The title, which had sparked debate during production, continued to attract criticism as the film gained traction. Some individuals in Hollywood and beyond deemed the title too provocative, fearing it might negatively impact the film's reception. Others questioned whether it was appropriate to address sensitive topics such as abortion in a mainstream film. However, as Dirty Dancing gained traction, it became clear that these controversies were part of what made the film stand out. Despite all of the challenges during and after production, the movie became a huge success. Who would have expected this positive return, considering the challenges they faced during production? The success of Dirty Dancing. When Dirty Dancing premiered on August 21, 1987, few could have foreseen the incredible success it would later enjoy. Despite a challenging production and a shaky start, the film blossomed into a worldwide phenomenon, earning $214 million globally from a modest $4.5 million budget. Its touching narrative about a young woman's self-discovery, her unexpected romance with a skilled dance instructor, and the strong themes of love and acceptance resonated with audiences everywhere. A significant turning point occurred with the release of the movie's soundtrack. Featuring classic tracks like I've Had the Time of My Life, the soundtrack became a huge success. The combination of memorable music and captivating dance sequences struck a chord with viewers in ways that were unforeseen. What initially seemed like a troubled project evolved into a cultural landmark, with the film's triumph surpassing all expectations. As the film hit theaters, the early box office numbers were encouraging. However, it was the enthusiastic word of mouth that elevated Dirty Dancing to legendary status. Its enduring themes appealed to audiences of all ages, and the unforgettable soundtrack, including the hit I've Had the Time of My Life, enhanced its charm. What started as a small-scale production grew into one of the top-grossing films of its era. The film's success continued beyond its theatrical run. In 1988, it became a favorite for home rentals, selling over 1 million VHS copies. This was a remarkable feat in the late 1980s, a time when VHS rentals were a key part of home entertainment. Consequently, Dirty Dancing found its way into homes worldwide, further solidifying its status in pop culture. At the 45th Golden Globe Awards, Dirty Dancing stood out prominently. The film received a nomination for Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, and its leading stars, Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey, were recognized for Best Actor and Best Actress. The movie's captivating soundtrack was honored as Best Original Song, and director Emile Ardolino won the Best First Feature Award at the Independent Spirit Awards. These honors affirmed what many already believed. Dirty Dancing was a remarkable film with a lasting influence. Over the years, Dirty Dancing continued to enhance its legacy. In 2008, the TV Land Awards acknowledged the memorable final dance scene as the movie dance sequence you reenacted in your living room. This recognition highlighted the film's deep connection to popular culture, as fans worldwide still replicate its iconic dance moves. Furthermore, the American Film Institute, AFI, featured Dirty Dancing in several prestigious lists, including 100 Years, 100 Passions, 100 Years, 100 Songs, and 100 Movie Quotes. Although it originated in the 1980s, Dirty Dancing was too cherished to be just a single film. Its success led to various spin-offs and adaptations, even at a time when film franchises were not as prevalent. In 1988, a concert tour inspired by Dirty Dancing began, traveling to 90 locations across the United States. This tour brought the film's music to life in a new way, allowing fans to enjoy the essence of Dirty Dancing on a grander scale. Shortly after, a TV series based on the film aired from 1988 to 1989, featuring Patrick Cassidy as Johnny and Melora Hardin as Baby. Although the series was short-lived, it kept the spirit of Dirty Dancing alive. In 2004, the franchise further expanded with the European debut of Dirty Dancing, the classic story on stage. This stage version of the film captivated audiences with its live performances and the same heartwarming story that made the movie a hit. That same year, the prequel Dirty Dancing: Havana Nights was released. Set in Cuba, it introduced a new generation to the magic of dance, with Diego Luna and Romola Garai taking the lead roles. Patrick Swayze initially declined to take part in a sequel, yet Dirty Dancing continued to inspire various adaptations. In 2006, the Women's Entertainment Channel launched a reality dance competition called Dirty Dancing: Living the Dream. Although it only ran for 8 episodes, it helped keep the film's legacy alive. The following year, a British competition series named Dirty Dancing: The Time of Your Life gained more viewers, resulting in a second season. In 2008, the North American tour of Dirty Dancing, the classic story on stage, began in Canada and eventually reached 31 cities across the U.S. The stage production's popularity grew as it traveled through North America and Europe, culminating in a successful return to Broadway in 2015. The film's legacy thrived as new audiences experienced the charm of Dirty Dancing through these live shows. In 2002, Funny or Die released a humorous mock trailer for a potential third film titled Dirty Dancing: Capera Nights. This comedic version featured Jesse Williams and Camilla Bell, portraying a couple who not only learned to dance, but also had to engage in battles. Although it was meant as a joke, the trailer highlighted the significant impact of the Dirty Dancing brand on popular culture. The most notable revival occurred in 2017 with the ABC musical reboot of Dirty Dancing. This adaptation starred Colt Prattes as Johnny and Abigail Breslin as Baby, alongside a cast that included Nicole Scherzinger, Billy D. Williams, Katie Sagal, and Deborah Messing. While the reboot received mixed reviews, it served as a testament to the enduring affection for the original film, even after many years. Now, let's take a look at the lives of Dirty Dancing actors after the movie. The future of Dirty Dancing characters after the movie. While Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey are the iconic leads of Dirty Dancing, several supporting actors also experienced career growth after the film. Cynthia Rhodes, who portrayed Penny, achieved significant success following her role. She became the lead singer for the pop band Animotion, which gained popularity in the late 1980s. This opportunity allowed her to further establish her career in the entertainment field. Wayne Knight, who played a comedic character in the Lodge's talent show, also saw his career take off post-Dirty Dancing. Prior to this film, Knight had mostly minor roles in commercials and television. However, Dirty Dancing marked his breakthrough, paving the way for a successful Hollywood career. He went on to star in major films such as JFK, Basic Instinct, and Born on the 4th of July. His significant opportunity came when Steven Spielberg noticed him in Basic Instinct and cast him as Dennis Nedry in Jurassic Park, a role that secured his status in the industry. Kelly Bishop, who played Baby's mother, also gained recognition after Dirty Dancing. She later took on the role of Emily Gilmore in the popular TV series Gilmore Girls, where her performance garnered a loyal fan base. Bishop's portrayal of Emily Gilmore became one of the most iconic roles in television, all stemming from her work in Dirty Dancing. The career paths of the two lead actors after Dirty Dancing diverged significantly. Jennifer Grey, who played Baby, gained fame from her remarkable performance. However, her career faced challenges in the 1990s following rhinoplasty, which altered her appearance in a subtle yet noticeable way. Complications from the surgery necessitated a second operation, resulting in a look that was quite different from her days in Dirty Dancing. Unfortunately, the effects of these changes adversely affected her acting career, leading her to contemplate a name change to start anew. On the other hand, Patrick Swayze's career flourished after Dirty Dancing. He appeared in several successful films, including the 1989 blockbuster Roadhouse, where he starred with Sam Elliott, Ben Gazzara, and Kelly Lynch. Swayze reached new heights with his role in the 1990 romantic thriller Ghost, alongside Demi Moore and Whoopi Goldberg. His portrayal of Sam Wheat in Ghost garnered him significant acclaim and solidified his status as a leading man of that era. Throughout the 1990s, Swayze's career continued to prosper, bolstered by the lasting popularity of Dirty Dancing. Tragically, Patrick Swayze's life ended prematurely in 2009 due to pancreatic cancer at the age of 57. His passing marked a significant loss for his fans, who mourned the departure of a beloved actor. Nevertheless, Swayze's iconic role as Johnny Castle in Dirty Dancing will forever remain in the hearts of his admirers. His legacy as one of Hollywood's treasured stars endures, and his impact on the film industry is unforgettable. The timeless legacy of Dirty Dancing. The movie Dirty Dancing will always be cherished by people who remember when it was first released, no matter how much time goes by. This iconic film, which gained popularity in 1987, still captures the attention of viewers, both young and old. The tale of Baby Houseman and Johnny Castle, who come together through dance, love, and personal growth despite their differences, first captured the world's interest. As the years went by, Dirty Dancing became a cultural sensation, securing its spot in Hollywood history. In 2020, there were rumors about a new Dirty Dancing movie possibly featuring Jennifer Grey as Baby again. Fans got excited about the idea of the story continuing because the original movie is still popular. Fox also started a dance competition show in February 2022 based on the dancing and music from the first movie, showing how influential Dirty Dancing still is. If you want to experience Dirty Dancing in person, you can visit the famous filming location in Virginia. The Mountain Lake Lodge allows fans to enjoy the movie's magic by staying at the lodge and participating in Dirty Dancing-themed weekends each year. Fans can take dance classes, join scavenger hunts, and test their knowledge of the film. Hotel manager Heidi Stone says that thousands of fans visit the lodge annually to celebrate Dirty Dancing, making the weekends a truly special experience for everyone involved. The music in the movie became extremely popular, just like the film itself. The soundtrack for Dirty Dancing sold more than 32 million copies around the world, which was a huge success. The album stayed on the US Billboard 2000 and charts for 18 weeks and earned 14 platinum certifications. It even became the top-selling album ever in Germany, showing how much people everywhere loved the movie. The song, "I've Had the Time of My Life," sung by Bill Medley and Jennifer Warnes, became a classic and won a Grammy for Best Pop Performance by a duo or group with vocals, as well as a Golden Globe for Best Original Song in a Motion Picture. In addition, this unforgettable track also won the Grammy for Best Song Written specifically for a motion picture or television. The soundtrack's popularity resulted in the release of additional albums like More Dirty Dancing, 1988, and Ultimate Dirty Dancing, 2003, which were also well received. A notable song from the original film was "She's Like the Wind," written and sung by Patrick Swayze. This song became a beloved favorite among fans, bringing happiness to listeners long after the movie came out. As time goes by, Dirty Dancing continues to be celebrated by generations of fans. The film's unforgettable music, unforgettable performances, and timeless message of love, self-discovery, and dancing will always be cherished. The journey of Baby and Johnny is a story that transcends time, and it will continue to inspire audiences for years to come. Whether through reboots, tribute events, or simply revisiting the movie, Dirty Dancing proves that some things never go out of style. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.